फतेह प्रवान करनी जी। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. So thank you to the Sangat ji for allowing me an opportunity to come back and to share vichar with you, to spend some time with you, to sit in the Sangat and to discuss the concepts of Gurbani, of Gurmat, is the biggest blessing in life. And over the last few days we've talked a lot about the ideas of spiritual development, Naam Simran, understanding the mind, and we've talked a lot about the internal parts of Sikhi. So today I'd like to spend some time to explore, is the internal Sikhi enough? Is there a need for an external Sikhi? Recently, in the last few months, we've celebrated Vaisakhi, Hola Mahalla. So I would like to talk about the connection between the spiritual side of Sikhi and this external form of Sikhi. What is the Khalsa? What does it mean to be Khalsa? Today I'll be spending time looking at mainly the spiritual side of Khalsa and the connection between some of the concepts that we've already talked about. And very briefly I'll be looking at the social and the political sides of Khalsa, but this is not going to be the main part of my talk. The political and the social ideology of the Khalsa has been covered by other Pracharaks. In English, if you're interested in this, there is a very useful video by the Sikh Research Institute by somebody called Bhai Harinder Singh ji, who's done an excellent video presentation on the reasons the Khalsa was created and the political and social impact that that had. So I encourage all of you to go have a look at the Sikh Research Institute, have a look at Bhai Harinder Singh ji's video on YouTube on the Khalsa, and specifically around the Vaisakhi and why it was created. Today what we're going to do is we're going to spend a lot of time looking at Gurbani Shabads and looking at the concept of Khalsa and Amrit. Now, when we say Khalsa, what image do you have in your head? What is the image that you see when you think of the word Khalsa? Chances are you will think of a masculine figure, a male, a man, with kesh, perhaps with bana, shastar, damala, a warrior looking person. So the first question we have to look at is, did the Guru envisage just this for the Khalsa, or did the Guru think of more things that were associated with the Khalsa? So when you think about the Khalsa, it's very easy to say, what does a Khalsa look like? And we can all talk about what is the form of a Khalsa. But if we think about another question, what are the values of a Khalsa? Then we think that that becomes a bit more of a complicated question. What does it mean to be a Khalsa? Have a think. What does a Khalsa represent? You might say that the Khalsa is a warrior and a Khalsa stands up for injustice. A Khalsa is fighting for the rights of the innocent. So let's look at what did Guru Gobind Singh ji mean when Guru Sahib created the Khalsa. Why did Guruji and why did Guru Gobind Singh ji create the Khalsa? So let's first address this idea. We all say that Guru Gobind Singh ji created the Khalsa. But I would like to suggest that Guru Gobind Singh ji did not create the Khalsa. That the Khalsa was divinely created. The Khalsa was created from Paramatma themselves, from the divinity of that oneness. So, Guru Gobind Singh ji is often referred to as the creator of the Khalsa, but perhaps Guru Gobind Singh ji is not the creator of the Khalsa. Guru Sahib says himself, Khalsa Akal Purkh ki Fauj, Pragatyo Khalsa Parmatam ki Mauj. The Khalsa is the warriors, the fighters, the army of that divine immortal being. Pragatyo Khalsa, the Khalsa was created by the Mauj, by the wish of that Paramatma, that divine being. So we can say, according to Gurbani, according to Gurmat, that Akal Purkh created the Khalsa. Guru Nanak Dev Ji initiated the Khalsa, and Guru Gobind Singh Ji finalized the Khalsa. Because if we say that Guru Gobind Singh Ji created the Khalsa, then it sounds like Guru Nanak Dev Ji was on one mission and Guru Gobind Singh Ji started a new mission. And this is why you often get questions, people saying, Gurbani is always talking about inner values and inner spirituality. And sometimes you get people who are trying to challenge Sikhi, saying, what is the need for these external things? And they always say Guru Gobind Singh Ji was a little bit different. These are the same people who today are trying to tell you that Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Bani is something different. Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Bani is something different. And it starts from this idea that they believe that Guru Gobind Singh Ji created the Khalsa, when Guru Gobind Singh Ji themselves is saying that the Khalsa has been created from the oneness. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji, when he's praising the Khalsa, is saying that Khalsa has created me. Inhi ke kirpa ke saje hum hain. Who am I? I'm no one to create the Khalsa. Because of them, because of their grace, saje hum hain, I've been created. I am now Guru Gobind Singh. Remember that Guruji's name was Gobind Rai first. Guruji is saying the Khalsa has created me. So let us first correct this idea of who created the Khalsa. Khalsa, Akal Purkh ki Fauj, Pragatyo Khalsa, Paramatma ki Mauj. Paramatma created the Khalsa. Guru Nanak Dev Ji initiated the Khalsa. Why do I say that? If you look at the initiation ceremony of the Khalsa, Khande Di Paul, Amrit Sanchar ceremony, what is the first Bani in order to make Khande Bate da Amrit? Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Bani, Japji Sahib is the first Bani. Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Bani is the first Bani you need in order to start the process of becoming a Khalsa. So how can we say that Guru Gobind Singh Ji on his own created the Khalsa? This is part of a bigger lineage. Guru Gobind Singh Ji didn't create, Guru Gobind Singh Ji continued what Guru Nanak Dev Ji started. Now let's look at why was the Khalsa created. Now this is actually a very complicated question. There are many reasons, many socio-political reasons. And that means that the Khalsa wasn't just an initiation ceremony for enlightenment. The Khalsa was meant for a purpose, to serve the world for a real purpose. And what we can see is that around the time of Guru Gobind Singh Ji initiating this whole new army, was that there was a need for social uprising, revolution. Guru Gobind Singh Ji thought long and hard, how do you galvanize people? How do you take ordinary people, ordinary civilians, and use them to overthrow this invading Mughal force that had been looting and plundering their land for hundreds of years? Guru Gobind Singh Ji talks about, I will take a sparrow to fight a hawk. What Guru is talking about, the sparrow was the normal man, the one that everyone thinks is insignificant. The Mughal forces thought that the common people of India were insignificant. Guru says, I will take these insignificant people, which is like a sparrow, a small, tiny little bird, to fight a big eagle, to fight the force of the Mughal armies. So what Guruji is showing is that we can take the common man and we can transform their character into what we can say is purpose-driven beings. Beings that were living for a purpose, dying for a purpose, both spiritual, social, and political purpose. So what we can see is Guru Gobind Singh Ji is showing the creation of the ideal human being, the perfect being, the perfect person. And where do we get this perfect person? What are the values of the perfect person? The values come from Gurmat. So using Gurbani ideology, Guru Gobind Singh Ji is saying that this isn't just theory. We will show you that this is real. We can make real people who live up to the values of the Gurbani and the great message that the Gurus and the Bhagats had been contributing to Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So Guruji talks about how do you convert slaves into kings. The common man, the common woman in Punjab were slaves to the Mughal Empire. Guru says, I will take these slaves and make them into sovereign leaders, into kings. Guruji made us all kings and queens. Guruji took the common man and we are now royalty. You know, you talk about the royal queen. This is nothing less than royalty, what Guruji has given us. We are royalty, but we don't understand that. We have to know that this is what we are. This is what Guru Gaddi has been passed down to the Khalsa. So how did Guruji do this? What we see in the creation of the Khalsa, in the ceremony, the initiation ceremony, is Guru Gobind Singh Ji using a lot of symbols that have a lot of hidden meanings, deeper meanings. Guruji uses symbols to instill values into people. In Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Akal Ustat Bani, Guruji talks about the importance of Sarablo. That's how he starts. And when we start the Amrit ceremony, it starts with a bata, a Sarablo bata, an iron bowl. So what is this Sarablo? Guruji says this isn't just an iron bowl. This is the bowl of Akal Purakh. Sarablo, Guruji says, is Paramatma. How does Guruji talk about this? In the beginning of Akal Ustad, Guruji says, Akal Purakh ki racha hamne, Sarb lo ki racha hamne, Sarb Kal ji di racha hamne, Sarb lo ji di sada racha hamne. I have taken the shelter, the sanctuary of Akal Purakh, of that timeless being, that deathless, formless being. And he says this being that's called Akal Purakh is also called Sarab Lo. The word Sarab means everywhere, Lo means light, the all-pervading light. Akal Purakh ki racha hamne, I've taken the sanctuary of that timeless being. Sarb Lo ki racha hamne, I've taken the protection, I'm under the protection of the all-pervading light. That Jyot that is everywhere, I'm under that protection. Sarb Kal ji di racha hamne, the one that destroys everything, but it itself cannot be destroyed. Sarab Kal ji di racha hamne, I have taken the protection of that being. Sarb lo ji di sada racha hamne. That's how Guruji starts Akal Ustat Bani. That I am forever under the protection of this all-pervading light. So this Sarablo Bata that starts the Amrit ceremony is representation that we are under the sanctuary of the strongest, the mightiest thing, which is the light of the divine all over the universe. That's why Guruji uses the most strongest metal to represent the strongest being. Sarablo means Akal Purakh, according to Guru Gobind Singh Ji in Akal Ustat. So the beginning of this ceremony is that we take the protection of this all-pervading being. Now what does that do to the common man? All of a sudden, we're not the slaves of the state. No longer are you subservient to your Mughal masters. The Guru says, these masters are nothing. We belong to that divine timeless master. So all of a sudden, we start seeing that Guru is giving us values that make us immortal, that make us far more superior than the common Mughal leaders that were there at the time. And that's just the beginning with the Sarblo Bata. Then what does Guruji use? Guruji uses the double-edged sword, the Khanda. And so what Guruji is doing is using the sword to give the common man a connection with the sword. If the whole point of the Khalsa was to rebel against the Mughals, who are the common people? They are businessmen and women, they are farmers, they are laborers. They're not fighters. They don't have swords and swordsmanship skills. So the Guru doesn't just start giving swords to cowards. Otherwise, if I just start giving everybody swords, then we'll all think, I don't know what to do with this, I never used it. But the Guru is not only giving you the sword, Guru is saying, come, we will initiate you with the sword. So this is a psychology going on. Guruji is actually changing our thinking, because no longer are you just handed a piece of metal. Now Guruji is saying this metal is what you are connected to. That you have drunk the juice of this metal. You have drunk the essence of this sword. Guruji has created a Khalsa. The Khalsa is made out of the sword. So Guruji is instilling deep within us these values of revolution, of political revolution. Guruji is giving us this khanda. Khanda has also been called bhagauti, strength, energy. And then Guruji very strategically also gives us Bani that talks about this bhagauti, that talks about this khanda. In the beginning of the Chandi Diwar, notice this pattern now. Sarablo is the beginning of Akal Ustat. And in Chandi Diwar, Guruji starts talking about this bhagauti, this sword, and this khanda. So in the beginning of all the Baniya, we're starting to get all the values that we live by. So we know the beginning of the Chandi Diwar, we're quite familiar with it because it's also the beginning of the Ardas. So we say, Sri Bhagauti Ji Sahai. Bhagauti doesn't just mean sword, Bhagauti again means the force of the divine. So Akal Purakh, the Sarablo is the light of the divine, and Bhagauti is the might of the divine. And so we begin Chandi Diwar and the Ardas saying, Shri Bhagauti Ji Sahai, may I have the strength of the force of the universe. You know, we talk about, with my children, I talk a lot about Star Wars, because they love these Star Wars characters, and we say, you know, the Jedis, we're like the Khalsa, we're like the Jedis. And what do the Jedis believe in? What is the energy of the universe? They call it the force, the Shakti. So Guruji is using something similar here, that we belong to the force of Bhagauti. It is a strength. But what kind of strength is this? So Guruji goes on in the beginning of Chandi Diwar, Shri Bhagauti Ji Sahai, Var Shri Bhagauti Ji Ki. This is the song of that strength, Patshahi Dasmi, according to the 10th Guru, the 10th King. Pritham Bhagauti Simar Kya Guru Nanak Lendiai. Before we even remember the Gurus, first we have to remember the thing that gave strength to the Gurus. And the thing that gave strength to the Gurus is this divine strength. And we see the same things in Japji Sahib as well. Guruji talks about the khands, and Guruji talks about Karam Khand ki Bani Jor, Tithe Hor na koi hor, Tithe Jod Mahabal Sur, Tin Mein Ram Reha Bharpur. Guru Nanak Dev Ji is talking about the same things as well. Don't ever make the mistake that Guru Nanak Dev Ji is different to Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Guru Nanak Dev Ji talks about the divine force as well, this strength. And in the spiritual development, he says in Karam Khand, the representation of Karam Khand is Jor. And here there is only Jor. And who are the ones who know how to use this Jor? Tithe Jod Mahabal Sur. The Jods, the Jodhe, the warriors, the Mahabalis, the great warriors, and the Surme, the warriors. All of the warriors, they know how to use this. So Guruji again is connecting you back to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, saying this is not something new. So we are the children of that sword. We are the users of that sword. You can almost imagine, like when you're holding the sword, it's not just a sword anymore, that the sword lights up with that divine strength, like a lightsaber. Guruji has given us a double-edged lightsaber, that we have not only a piece of metal in our hand, we have the entire strength of the universe we're holding with our hands. And then Guruji in Chandi Diwar re-emphasizes the strength of the Khalsa. After talking about the Gurus, in the Chandi Diwar beginning, Guruji then starts by saying specifically about the importance of the Khalsa, Pauri Khanda prithame saaj ke jin sab se sar upaya. The first thing the Khalsa, the Khanda was created. Khanda prithame saaj ke. First thing to be created was the Khanda. Guru doesn't mean that the first thing to be created was a double-edged sword. Guru means the strength that that sword represents. The first thing that was created before all of the world was created was the strength of the universe. And that strength of the universe created the universe itself. Khanda prithame saaj ke jin sab sesar upaya. That force created the universe. You know what Guru is saying? You now have the force that has the ability to create the whole universe. Look how empowering that is to the Sangat. Look how empowering that is to the common man. We have not just a sword in our hand, we have the force that can create universes. So of course this Khanda can destroy some armies. That's nothing, that's child's play. Of course this Khanda can destroy armies. This Khanda can create universes. And we are drinking the essence of that Khanda. So Guruji is using a lot of symbols to instill values inside us. Sarablo is divine connection, connection with that Akal Purakh. The Khanda is the strength of mind. We have the strength to fight anything, fight our own minds. We have the strength of divine justice. We're here not just fighting for ourselves, we're not just fighting for the land of Punjab, we're not just fighting to protect the Punjabi people. We're here to uphold the universe's dharam, the justice of the universe. And Amrit also includes water. Water is the purest thing known to man. So we're talking about purity, nimrata, humility, meditative state, fairness for all. And water is something so pure that means that we are unstained. We are complete nirmal beings. And Guruji also includes sugar, patase. That is a sweetness of character. Otherwise, you've got too much josh in you. You've got too much power in you, and that power can very easily turn to ego. Guru says, no, that has to be a sweetness. There has to be a mitas to you. The way that you speak, the way that you interact with people has to be sweet first. So you can see this Khande Dipal ceremony is a very all-round, all-encompassing package. Guruji has given us so many different characters. Now, these are the characters that are brought to you with the Khande Dipal ceremony. But what are the characteristics that you need? Who is the person who we can call an Amritari? What is it to receive Amrit? The first thing is we have to be willing to give ourselves up. In order to receive this Amrit, Guruji never chose people. Guruji never said 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 come up on the stage. Guruji did not have a meeting and call all the heads and say who are the best people. There was no selection process. There was no election process. They didn't get the whole Sangat and say who are the best 5, can you all please stand in a line and you all get to decide and vote. This is not election, this is not election, this is complete voluntary basis. You have to decide, am I ready? Am I ready to do what? Am I ready to give my head? Am I ready to surrender everything? You know, the people who were there, I like to think sometimes, what was going through the minds of the Panch Pyare? Bhai Daya Singh Ji, Bhai Dharam Singh Ji. Bhai Daya Singh Ji being the first one to stand up. Who was he there with that he attended that day? He didn't know what he was being asked for. Maybe he wasn't even there with his mother and his father and his wife if he was married or his family. You know, if today somebody had to make that choice, we might think, let me first call my parents, let me call my wife, let me see, is it okay for me to give my head? Guru's asking for something. You might quickly send a WhatsApp message. Guru's asking for my head. Quickly, I got a couple of minutes, I need to decide. We're insecure, we're not sure. In those days, what would have gone through Bhai Daya Singh Ji's head? Was he hesitant? Nobody else was standing up, and Bhai Daya Singh Ji stands up. And he says, I'm ready to give my head. Do you think he asked somebody else's permission? Do you think he leaned over to the person next to him? What do you think, yeah? Shall we go? Maybe I'll do it if you do it. Or did he just have that much strength in him that he said, the Guru is asking, I've already given my head. So what if I have to have my head chopped off today? Any science fiction fans here? Star Trek, I'll use a different analogy. In Star Trek, you have the warrior race called the Klingons. You know what their mantra is every day? They wake up every day, the Klingons say, today is a good day to die. That's their mantra. Today is a good day to die. This is the way the Khalsa thinks. Like, not should I die, shouldn't I die, I hope I don't die, I hope I get a long life. This is the kind of things that we're doing every day. We're standing in front of Maharaj and we're asking for Lambi Umar and all these sorts of things. The Khalsa is not asking for Lambi Umar. The Khalsa is saying, Jab aav ki od nidhan bane atahi ran mein tab jooj maro. When the time comes, don't just let me die celebrating. Let me die so victorious. Let me die that everybody knows this is the way to die. So this is the mentality. So the first thing that we need is we need to be ready. We need to have a mentality, am I ready? Is this right for me? And I like to keep going back to Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Bani just to make sure that there is no doubt in our head that Guru Nanak Dev Ji was the one who was training us. Now let's look at Japji Sahib. How does Japji Sahib end? Japji Sahib ends with something that looks very similar to the Khande Bati ceremony. In the last pauri, Guruji talks about Jat Pahara Tiraj Sunyar. Jat Pahara means, Jat means to have restraint, self-control. Guru Nanak Dev Ji in this verse is starting to identify what are the qualities that you need to receive this wisdom from the Guru. Jat Pahara. So Guruji gives the analogy of a blacksmith working in his workshop. And what he's saying is the blacksmith is Tiraj, is the one who has the most patience. Sunyar is the one who works with metal, like a goldsmith or a blacksmith. Jat Pahara, first you need self-control, then you need Tiraj, you need patience. That is, self-control is the workshop, patience is the goldsmith, Tiraj Sunyar. Ehran mat ved hathyar. Ehran is the surface where you are hitting the metal onto. In English we call it an anvil. That's the surface that is being smashed day in, day out. He says, make your mat like that surface, that some hathyar is completely hitting your head at every moment. And what is the hathyar? What is the weapon? What is the hammer that is banging down on your mat? Ved, the Guru's Gyan, the wisdom is banging down, and you have to just receive. You have to make yourself ready to receive this wisdom. Ehran mat ved hathyar. So you have to have a receptive mind, and the hammer of spiritual wisdom should be used to mold and shape you. Paw kala agan taptao. Paw means fear. Fear are the bellows. That's the flame, the oven in which all the metal needs to go into. And agan, the fire, is taptao, is this disciplined lifestyle. So look at the values Guruji is talking about. Jat, Tiraj, patience, self-restraint, having a receptive mind, having fear within you, humility and fear within you, having this taptao. This tap means to be willing to go through a little bit of hardship. Make that the flames, agan taptao. And then Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Panda bhav Amrit Re. Make yourself into a bowl of love into which Amrit can be poured into you. So Guruji is saying you need patience, self-restraint, fear. You need to have this ability, resilience. Agan taptao, panda bhav. Make your vessel, make yourself into a vessel ready, full of love, that Amrit can be poured inside you. Kadiye Shabd Sachi Taksal. Mold yourself so that you get made into a true coin that is molded by Shabd. So what we're talking about here is, imagine this is the example of Guru giving of somebody who's making coins. What is the final mold that makes the gold into the coin? The mold is Shabd. Shabd is the thing. So first you have to break yourself. You have to break the metal first. You have to get it all ready. You have to get it soft. And then the final molding is the Shabd. You're then ready to be molded by Shabd. These are the values that we need to be if we want Amrit to be poured inside of us. And these values come from Guru Nanak Dev Ji. So this is what it means to be an Amritari, to have these values. But let's talk about Amrit itself. What is Amrit that we receive? What is this thing? In Gurbani, Amrit is used to describe a quality, an essence, like the nature of something. Amrit itself isn't a thing. The way Gurbani uses the word Amrit, Amrit isn't a thing. Amrit is an essence, a ras. And Amrit is used to attach to lots of different words. The word Amrit is used to mean lots of different things, or to show the quality of lots of different things. Gurbani talks about Amrit Shabad, that the Shabad is Amrit. Gurbani says Amrit Drisht, that divine grace on you is also Amrit. Amrit Bachan, Gurbani says Amrit Gun, Amrit Naam. So Gurbani is not talking about Amrit. Gurbani is talking about a quality. Amrit is a quality. But even though Gurbani has used Amrit against lots of different things, Amrit is only one thing. Amrit is not many different things. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Nanak Amrit ek hai, duja Amrit na hai. Guru Nanak Dev Ji confirms there is only one quality that we're talking about here. There is no multiple Amrit. There isn't one Amrit from Guru Nanak Dev Ji and a different Amrit from Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Nanak Amrit ek hai, duja Amrit na hai. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji is already talking about Amrit. This is why we say Guru Nanak Dev Ji initiated this process. Guru Gobind Singh Ji finalized the Khalsa. The fifth Guru, Guru Arjan Dev Ji, talks about this in a bit more detail. Maj Mahalla Panjwa, the fifth Guru in Rag Maj. Sab kich karm mein bahar nahi. Guruji is now starting to talk about Amrit. Everything is within your own being. Nothing is outside. It's not outside. Sab kich karm mein bahar nahi. Bahar tole so param pulahi. The one who searches outside is lost in delusion and doubt. Gur Prasadi jinni antar paya so antar bahar sohele jiyo. By the Guru's grace, one who has found this thing within themselves is happy inside and outside. They're happy on the inside, they're happy on the outside. But what is this thing that they found within themselves? Chim chim varse amrit tara man pive sun shabad bichara. There is inside you Amrit raining all the time. Remember, Guruji is talking about something inside. So Guru has already said that Amrit is already inside all of us, and it's raining all the time Amrit. How do we feel this Amrit? How do we get this Amrit? Man pive, the mind drinks this Amrit. Imagine your mouth open and you're just drinking the rain. The mind is like that. The mind opens its mouth and drinks this Amrit. Man pive, how? Sun shabad bichara. When it listens to the message of the Guru and it contemplates what is the Guru really saying, you will taste this Amrit. Anad binoda kare din rati. Day and night your mind will enjoy bliss and ecstasy. Sada sada har kela jiyo. And forever, this is the game of the divine. It is a bit of a game. The divine has given you an Amrit, and then the divine has given you the key to unlock that Amrit. And then you go off on your journey, say, off you go, try and find it. But the Guru is not mean, the Guru is actually giving us all the answers. Man pive, sun shabad vichara. But the mind can only drink this Amrit when we listen. How do we drink this Amrit? Imagine Guru Granth Sahib Ji is the manual. If you don't understand the manual, if you can't read it, you don't know what language it's written in, then you don't know how to get what the Guru is trying to say. So the Guru has confirmed that Amrit is already inside of us. Now, Guru Nanak Dev Ji says something very interesting here. Sorat Mahalla Panjwa. In Rag Sorat, Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Jis jal nid karan tum jag aaye, so amrit gur pahi jiyo. The treasure of Naam, jal nid, is talking about a liquid, jal. This tasty, watery treasure of Naam that you have come to this world for. The reason that you've come to this world is for this jal of Naam, this jal nid karan tum jag aaye, so amrit gur pahi jiyo. That Amrit you get from the Guru. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji is also saying the same thing that we've said. But now listen to what Guruji says. Chodho ves pekh chaturai dubda e fal nahi jiyo. Renounce your costumes, your disguises and your clever tricks. This fruit is not obtained by such a duality. Man re thir raho mat kat jahi jiyo. How are you going to do this? Oh my mind, thir raho, remain steady. Don't let your mind wander too much. Thir raho, remain steady and do not wander away. Mat kat jahe jiyo, bahar dhoondat bahut dukh paave, kar amrit kat mahi jiyo. If you're looking for this Amrit on the outside, you will give yourself a lot of suffering and pain. Bahar dhoondat bahut dukh paave. If you're looking for it on the outside, you will get a lot of suffering, a lot of pain, a lot of turmoil. Kar amrit kat mahi jiyo. Within your own home, at the core of your very being is Amrit. So Guruji has confirmed time and time again, Amrit is inside. But if Amrit is inside, if Guru Nanak Dev Ji specifically says, Chodho ves pekh, renounce your costumes and your disguises, does that mean, why do we need an external form? Guru Nanak Dev Ji is actually saying, leave your external form. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, this is dubida, this is duality, eh fal nahi jiyo. This is not where you're going to taste the fruit. So does that mean we don't need to have an external Amrit when Guru Granth Sahib Ji is always talking about an internal Amrit? This is a very important question. It's a question that comes up time and time again, and it is a question that comes up by people who are trying to confuse you, saying, look, your own Guru is telling you that you don't need to take Amrit. The own Guru is telling you your Amrit is inside. Why did Guru Gobind Singh Ji create the Amrit? We already know the answer. Guru Gobind Singh Ji didn't create the Amrit. Guru Nanak Dev Ji initiated the Amrit that was started by Akal Purkh. So let's first know this answer, that Guru Gobind Singh Ji didn't create the Amrit. But the question still stands, if Amrit is internal, why do we need an external Amrit? Now the answer doesn't come from Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Interestingly enough, the answer also comes from Guru Nanak Dev Ji in Gurbani. The Guru says here that this external roop is the manifestation of your internal Amrit. This, the Guru is teaching us, is our external form that represents what our internal form is. You know, the way you look shows how you feel inside. When you're confident, think about it. Like when you're going to go to a job interview, you don't just go in baggy clothes, loose, ill-fitting clothes. You go in nice clothes. You might wear a suit or you might wear very sharp clothes. And as soon as you wear those clothes, you look in the mirror and you say, I look smart. What happens to you? Your clothes affect your confidence. And your confidence is coming out in these clothes. So even if you were confident but wearing baggy clothes, they don't match. If you're professional have a professional job, if you're a doctor, but you show up to work and you're wearing a fireman's outfit, the patient doesn't know what to do with you. And you say, don't worry, I'm a doctor. What will they see? They say, I don't believe you. Why are you wearing something else? Why does your internal qualifications not reflect your external roop, your form? Imagine you going to the doctor's appointment, there's a fireman sitting there. How will you feel? You don't know that he's not a doctor. He might have his photo of his graduation and his medical certificate. He'll have everything on the wall. Still you'll be skeptical, won't you? Why? Because he's wearing a fireman's outfit. So your form is a very important role about how you present who you are. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji teaches us how to wear specifically the blue bana. Did you know that? We think Guru Gobind Singh Ji gave us the blue bana. Guru Nanak Dev Ji in Guru Granth Sahib Ji explains the meaning of the blue bana. The first rag, Sri Rag Mahela Pehla, Guruji talks about the Khalsa bana. Rata Panan Man Rata Supedi Satdan. The mind drenched in Naam are my colored robes, truth and charity are my white clothes. So Guruji first starts talking about having these pure white clothes. Nili siyahi kada karni pehran pair dhyan. Remove the blackness of my mind is my blue clothes. Guruji specifically says, the blue clothes that I'm wearing represents that I have got rid of the blackness of my mind. And meditation on the Lord's feet is my chola, is my robe. Pehran pair dhyan. That my robe, the things that I'm wearing, represent that my mind is always in dhyan at the feet of the divine. It goes even further. You might think, oh, that's a bit of a coincidence. He said the word blue robes. Guruji goes even further. What is the next part of the bana? The most important things that you see is the bana, but then the next thing comes is the kamar kasa. That's part of the form. The next line, Guru Nanak Dev Ji talks about the kamar kasa. Kamar band santokh ka, tan jo ban tera naam. Contentment is my waistband, and your name is my wealth and youth. My javani, my josh, my confidence is your naam. That's my wealth. So Guruji now systematically showing us what the blue bana represents. He says the mind should be drenched in naam, these are my clothes. Truth and charity should be like wearing white clothes. So if you're going to wear white clothes, if you're going to wear blue clothes, they don't mean anything on their own. They represent that you have a clean mind, that you have truthfulness, that you stand for justice, for charity, that you've removed the blackness of your mind, that you've got meditation in your mind all the time, and that you've got santokh. The belt is what keeps it all together, yeah? When you're wearing a belt, it's like it keeps the whole uniform together. What is it, the belt of the Khalsa? What's the belt of the Gurmukh? Santokh, peace. Tranquility is the belt that I wrap my robes around, and Naam is my confidence, my youth-like confidence. Baba hor panan khushi kuar. Oh Baba, the pleasures of other clothes are false. If you're wearing anything else and you're enjoying, look at my lovely clothes, Guru says don't enjoy those clothes, enjoy the clothes of truthfulness, of love. Enjoy those robes. Baba hor panan khushi kuar. It's useless. The khushi, the happiness of other clothes is useless. That doesn't mean that you only have to wear bana, by the way. That's not what Guru is saying. Guru is saying don't attach yourself to your nice shiny clothes, because your nice shiny clothes with a black mind means nothing. A shiny mind comes out in no matter what you're wearing. Guruji is talking about this. Jit paide tan pidiye man mein chale vikar. If you're wearing clothes that give you lots of hankar, that kaam, krodh, lobh, mohankar, those 5 vices, If your clothes are giving you those feelings are going to ruin your body and they're going to make your mind corrupted. Jit paide tan pidiye man mein chale vikar. Those things are going to ruin your body and they're going to ruin your mind. Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Bani about how to really wear a blue bana. It carries on. Kode pakhar soine sakhat bujhan tera vaat, teri vaat. Having an understanding of this divine system, this is my horse. Now Guruji is talking about somebody in a blue bana riding a horse. You can't get clearer than this. We think Guru Gobind Singh Ji came up with this image. Guru Nanak Dev Ji is already talking about this image. The one riding the horse, he says, understanding this divine system, that is the horse that I'm riding on. And my saddles and my handbag, that is my understanding. Bujhan. My understanding of you, O divine being, this is my saddle of my horse. This is my handbag. Tarkas tir kaman sang teg band gunatat. My bow and arrow is the pursuit of virtues. Guruji is now talking about somebody not only in a blue bana, not only riding a horse, but also a shastrtari, carrying weapons. Tir kaman, carrying a bow and arrow. Guruji says, my tir kaman, my bow and arrows, my quiver and my sword and my scabbard. Guruji mentions all these. Teg band, that's the scabbard. Tarkas, tir, kaman, sang, teg band, gunatat. Understanding virtues, running after the guna, running after good qualities, these are my shastra. Vaja neja patsyon pargat karam tera meri jaat. To be distinguished with honor, these are my instruments and my spear. Your mercy is my jaat, my social status. Baba hor chadna khushi khoar. Riding any other type of koda is useless. Jit chadiye tan pidiye man mein chale vikar. If you ride other horses, if you're proud of your possessions, if you're proud of your cars and your worldly objects, those things are going to ruin your body and ruin your mind. Guruji is showing us how to be a Khalsa. How to be a Khalsa on the inside, and the inside will then manifest itself on the outside. So this is the very purpose of Amrit. The very purpose of Amrit is that you have qualities inside you, that you are transformed. There is no point you being an Amritari and being egotistical. There is no point you being an Amritari and having lots of anger inside you. There is no point being an Amritari if you think you're better than everyone else. There's no point in you being an Amritari if you don't listen and follow the message of the Guru. Guru Nanak Dev Ji shows us how to be an Amritari. The Amritari is the transformation of your character, transformation of your psyche, of your thinking, transformation of the way you see the world, transformation of your behavior. That's what it means to be an Amritari. It doesn't mean that you leave your old identity and you take on a new identity. It doesn't mean I used to be somebody who used to do these things, now I'm somebody who does these things. You're just swapping one identity for another. But you haven't changed your habits. You haven't changed your thinking. You haven't changed your qualities. So very often we hear people saying that I'm proud to be Sikh. Be proud of your Sikh identity. You should be proud of your Sikh identity, but not just because it looks nice, not just because we're unique, because your identity represents values. We are proud to be Khalsa because we are proud of the values that the Guru has given us. What it means to be a Khalsa is what we're proud of. And the very fact that you look different the street as a Khalsa, you will feel different. And now, please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the Khalsa is somebody who walks around wearing blue robes all the time. In today's day and age, we can't be so rigid that we look down on people who have taken Amrit and we say, but you're not wearing bana, you haven't got keski, you haven't got this, you haven't got that. Because what does that do to your mind? It creates hankar within you. I've got all of those things, you haven't got all of those things. That's not what an Amritari is. Go back to the Guru, learn what an Amritari is. Amritari is sweet, loving, kind, nurturing, helpful. How many times do we see Amritaris that are so egotistical that we feel like, I don't want to go to the Gurdwara because of these people? Have the confidence to say to them, you are not an Amritari. This is not what it means to be an Amritari. You're not an Amritari just by receiving Amrit and wearing all the clothes. You haven't got rid of the blackness of your mind. An Amritari is somebody who is flowing with Amrit on the inside, that everyone that they speak to, the other people are showered with the Amrit as well. There is so much Amrit, like a fountain overflowing inside you, that it is just overflowing, that everybody who comes into contact with you, they feel, wow, I'm receiving Amrit from this person. So Amritari means values. And the very fact that we might stand out a little bit, and this applies for men and women, this applies whether you're wearing a dastar or whether you're not. That's not what I'm talking about. You look different because you stand different. You look different because somebody will question you. Why have you got that metal bracelet? Why do you carry a small knife? Why do you wear your long, beautiful hair? What do these things represent? And when you walk down the street, you will look different because people will notice you. But that should be a reminder to you that I am looking different because I carry these values. I represent these values. I don't represent the values that society give me. You know what happens? When you go into the army, what's the first thing that they do to you? In order to give you a uniform, in order for you to join the army, the first thing that they do is they shave your head. When your head gets shaved, what that means is we are your masters, you are our slave. That's what it means when you join an army. The first thing they do is they shave your head. In the old days, they used to shave the heads of the prisoners. That says you now no longer have an identity, you are nothing, we own you, we control you. The Guru did the opposite. Guru didn't shave us all, the Guru could have chosen to do that. There are other dharms that do that. The Guru could have chosen to shave all of our heads, but the Guru doesn't do that. Because when you shave somebody, you make them feel subservient. And all of us, when we're cutting our hair, what we're saying is, I want to follow what society tells me. Because society seems to be the master, everybody seems to be doing it, so I want to conform to that as well. But the Guru has given us this authority that says, you don't need to do that, my children. You don't need to follow society, follow the Guru. The Guru gives you so much grace, so much power, that you walk confidently. You walk, and then in a crowd of 1,000,000, somebody will be able to say, there is my beautiful Khalsa. There is the Khalsa of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, there is the Khalsa of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, there is the warrior of Akal Purkh. So have this confidence, but this confidence doesn't just come, oh, I think I'm going to grow my hair, maybe I'll get confident. The confidence comes from Bani, because you walk with these qualities. So let's look at the Panch Kakar. The Panch Kakar represent values. We have Kirpan, the sword, that represents sovereignty, that represents self-rule. We are in charge of our own destiny. We don't submit to any other ruler, we submit to the divine rule. We don't need you to tell us what is right or wrong. The divine system that we're connected to already tells us what is right or wrong. That doesn't mean you don't follow the rule of the land. Please do. But don't think that that is the authority. Because the rule of the land keeps changing, the divine rule never changes. So the sword says that we are following our own master. The kada, you know, in the old days, and even now, if you are a musician and you're looking for an ustad, if you're looking for a musical teacher, in India, the relationship is called the relationship between guru and sishya, between student and musical guru. And the first thing that the guru will do when the guru chooses to accept you, they will tie a little string around your wrist that says, I accept you as my student. This is our connection. This is our connection that says we are tied to this guru. See, there's a lot of meaning in all these things. So the kada represents our guru-teacher, guru and student relationship. The kanga represents the cleanliness of the mind that Guru Nanak Dev Ji was telling us. The kashara represents that jat, that self-restraint, jat pahara tiraj sunyar. It represents that we have self-control. And the kesh recognizes that we surrender to the beauty of the universe. We flow with the natural way of the universe. We trust in hukam. So these are the qualities of the Khalsa. But some people will say, but Gurbani also says that there is Khalsa. Gurbani says that there is a Khalsa who is a spiritual Khalsa. In Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Bhagat Kabir Ji says he is a Khalsa. It comes in Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Kaho Kabir jan paye Khalse prem Bhagat jeh jani. O Kabir, those people, those servants become Khalse who have realized prem bhakti, if they've realized loving devotion within them. So Kabir Ji says, this is the Khalsa. So somebody might say to you, read your Guru. The Khalsa means somebody who does prem bhakti. You don't need all these external things. But Guru was also aware of these things. Guru Gobind Singh Ji knew that the word Khalsa already existed. Of course, Guru Gobind Singh Ji knows what's written in Guru Granth Sahib Ji. What Guru Gobind Singh Ji has done is he's taken the spiritual meaning of Khalsa and he's evolved it. So Kabir Ji was a Khalsa, but Kabir Ji was a spiritual warrior. Kabir Ji wasn't carrying a sword and fighting the Mughals. So Kabir Ji was an ideological warrior. Kabir Ji also stood up for social injustice, and in Kabir's Bani, Guru Sahib has shown that Kabir Ji stood up for the wrongs of society. So we can say that Kabir Ji is a spiritual warrior. Kabir Ji is a social warrior, fighting injustice from the ideology and saying the ideology of society is wrong. Guru Gobind Singh Ji enhanced that and says, I will take that Khalsa and I will dress him as a warrior. So what Guru Gobind Singh Ji has done, he's made a more holistic Khalsa. Holistic means a well-rounded, complete. Guruji has completed the final piece of the puzzle. And in Sri Sarablo Granth, Guru Gobind Singh Ji also mentions what it means to be Khalsa. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji also says that it first starts with the spiritual. In Sri Sarablo Granth, Guruji says, Atam ras je jaan hi so hai Khalas Dev. The one who knows that Atma, the ras of the Atma, that soul within them, that divine soul, Atam ras je jaan hi so hai Khalas Dev. That person is the Khalsa. Prab mein moh mein tas mein ranchak nahin pev. Guruji is saying, between Paramatma, between me and between this kind of Khalsa, there is no difference. The one who has known the Atam Ras. So Guru is already saying, yes, this is the meaning of Khalsa, but I'm going to transform this Khalsa. Guru Gobind Singh Ji says in Sri Dasam Granth, Puran jot jagay ghat main tab khalas tahe na khalas jano. One becomes pure, Puran jot, when he realizes that complete light within him. Puran Jot Jagay Katme. The one who within their heart reveals that perfect light, they are known as Khalsa. Otherwise, know him to be impure. Guruji also says, who is the Nakhalis? Who is the one who is not Khalsa? The one who hasn't recognized this. So Guruji is giving us a direct meaning of what it means to be a Khalsa. Guruji is saying that a Khalsa is one who not only looks it from the outside, but they've awakened that spiritual light within them. Now let's think of all the Amritaris. Now let's think of all the Khalsas that we know. It's very hard to find a Khalsa like this, isn't it? The one who is perfect on the outside and has awakened that light on the inside. Now, Guru Gobind Singh Ji never left us with something incomplete. Today I feel very bad when some people say to us, oh, what it must have been like to live in the time of the Gurus. How great it must have been to have darshan of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. You know what they're saying? They're saying that Guru Granth Sahib Ji is not quite the same. It's not the same as having darshan of Guru Nanak Dev Ji or Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Sometimes we feel like that. Oh, I wish I was there at the time of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Then I could have been a real Khalsa. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji hasn't left us. Guru Gobind Singh Ji hasn't left us. Sat Sangat Ji, this is Guru Nanak Dev Ji. This is Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Please don't ever think that Guru Gobind Singh Ji left us with an inferior Guru. That somehow it was better to live in Guru Gobind Singh Ji's time. Gurus are still here. Don't ever say, I wish I was around in the Guru's time. You're so lucky you are around in the Guru's time. How rare are the people who know this Guru? How rare are the people who have access to the Guru? How rare are the people to live and to be born into a family, into a lifestyle that have even heard of Tan Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Guru Gobind Singh Ji didn't leave us with some inferior Guru. This is Guru Gobind Singh Ji. This is Guru Nanak Dev Ji. This is all the Gurus wrapped up into one. So, as we're coming to the end of this talk, I want to end with a conversation between Guru Gobind Singh Ji and Bhai Nandlal Ji. There's a very interesting composition written by Bhai Nandlal Ji called the NanakNaam, which is a conversation between Guru Gobind Singh Ji and Bhai Nandlal Ji. Bhai Nandlal Ji is asking all these questions and Guruji is saying, sit down, Nandlal, I will explain. I'll give you all the answers. And there in the NanakNaam, it gives us the answer, what is a Khalsa, in a lot of detail. Khalsa soe jo ninda tyage, Khalsa soe lade jo aage. Khalsa is one who never does ninda, who never gossips, who never talks behind someone's back. This person is like this, I heard they're like that. Have you heard this? Have you heard that? Jo ninda tyage, that's a Khalsa. The one who's standing in the front line and saying, I'm willing to fight for the right way of living. Lade aage, the one who's fighting on the front line. Khalsa is one who conquers the 5 evils. Khalsa soe jo panch ko mare. Khalsa soe karna ko sare. The one who fulfills all his duties, he burns all his pichle karam. Khalsa soe jo maan ko tyage. Khalsa soe maan ko tyage. The one who has renounced this ego. Khalsa soe jo par istri tyage. The one who remains faithful in marriage. They don't go hopping around from one relationship to another. Khalsa soe par drisht ko tyage. They don't even look at the belongings of another person. They don't look at somebody else and say, wow, the neighbors, they've just bought a new car. We should have one like that. They don't even look at the objects of somebody else. Khalsa soe naam rat lage. Because they don't need to look at anything else, because within themselves they have naam going on all the time. Khalsa soe guru hit lave. Khalsa soe sar mukh khave. Khalsa is the one who loves the Guru hit lave, that they're connected to the Guru all the time. Khalsa is the one who is fighting bravely in battle. And they're eating this difficult thing. On their face, they're fighting. They are fighting what society is telling them to do because they are strong enough to say, I will fight for the right thing. Khalsa is the one who helps the needy. Khalsa is the one who overpowers the enemy. Khalsa is the one who chants the Lord's name. Khalsa is the one who rises above the evils. Khalsa is the one who is in tune with Naam. Khalsa is the one who breaks false rituals. Khalsa is the one who becomes a crusader, always fighting. Khalsa is the one who fights a daily battle. Khalsa soe jo kare nit jang. The Khalsa is one who is fighting right now. But who are we fighting? That doesn't mean that you all get up and start fighting ISIS or something on another side of the world. You first have to fight your internal demons. Guruji says that the Panch Chor are 5 warriors. Within you there are 5 warriors. And Guru says, show me somebody who is able to defeat those 5 warriors. Jin mil mare panch sur bir aso kaun balire. The one who has fought the 5 warriors, show me that warrior. This is coming from Guruji. Jin mil mare panch sur bir aso kaun balire. Who is that warrior? Guru Gobind Singh Ji is also saying the same thing. Khalsa soy jo panch ko mare. Khalsa soy jo kare nit jang, the one who's fighting every day. The Khalsa is the one who is always ready with weapons. We have weapons on the outside and we have weapons on the inside. The Khalsa is the one, Khalsa soe dusht ko mare, who destroys all the enemies. So the Khalsa is much more than we know. The Khalsa is much more than we think. We started this session by saying, when you think of a Khalsa, what do you think of? You just think of a man with a beard and a blue bana and wearing some weapons, and you say, yeah, he's a fighter. But the Guru has given us a lot of details. And Satsangat Ji, this Khalsa that the Guru has outlined, the world still needs this Khalsa today. The world is still dying for this kind of warrior. The world is still dying for this kind of person to stand up for injustice. The world is crying for someone to solve their inner demons. The world doesn't know how to solve their demons. The Khalsa knows how to solve the demons. The Khalsa knows how to fight Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Mohankar. The world just knows how to increase these things. And today, the Khalsa isn't redundant. The Khalsa isn't outdated. Today we need these Khalsas more than anything else. But if we don't know how to be a Khalsa, how are we going to help anybody else? If we don't know how to be this kind of Khalsa, then how are we going to help somebody else with their problems? So I hope this has given a little introduction as to what it means to be a Khalsa. Khalsa is not something that's redundant. Each and every single one of us should be aiming to become the Guru's Khalsa. So, itani seva pravan karni ji. I hope I have not made any mistakes or offended anyone. Please forgive me if I have. Please come and tell me if I have. I'm also learning just like you. If you'd like to find out more information about our charity and the work we do, please go online to www.nanaknaam.org. You can find out more about what we do. We're also available on all the social media channels, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. So I hope to see you online and on social media, and you can join us there. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.